She commanded more ships than the Spanish Armada, more pirates than Blackbeard could dream of. She defeated the Chinese Navy, held off the British and Portuguese, and controlled the richest trade routes in Asia. Then she did something almost no conqueror in history has ever done. She quit, negotiated her retirement, kept her fortune, and died peacefully in her bed, surrounded by family at age 69, while Alexander the Great died at 32 in conquest, while Napoleon died in exile, while Caesar bled out on the Senate floor. She walked away. Her name was Zheng Yi Sao, and she understood something about power that most conquerors never learn. The goal isn't to hold it forever. The goal is to survive it. This is the story of how a woman with nothing became the most successful pirate in human history. Not by being the fiercest, but by being the smartest, the woman who started with nothing. We don't know her birth name. We know she worked on a floating brothel in Canton, the bottom of society. Then she married Zheng Yi, a pirate captain. Together, they united the fractured pirate fleets of the South China Sea into a single confederation. 6 fleets, 50,000 pirates, hundreds of ships. Then, in 1807, Zheng Yi died. His widow didn't step aside. The logic of power. Zheng Yi Sao faced an impossible situation. She was a woman in a world of violent men. No noble birth, no military experience, no traditional claim to authority. The Confederation should have collapsed. Instead, she became its leader. How? She understood power doesn't come from tradition, it comes from making yourself indispensable. First, she secured military strength. She adopted Zheng Yi's protégé, Chang Pao, a brilliant naval commander, and made him her second in command, then married him. Strategic genius. He was her son by adoption, her husband by marriage, her subordinate by both. Second, she created a code of laws, not suggestions. Laws, desertion, death, stealing from the treasury, death, rape, death, unauthorized leave, flogging. But also, captives who joined willingly were treated well, villages that paid tribute were protected. She turned piracy into a business, predictable, organized, more reliable than the corrupt government, the pirate nation. Under Zheng Yi Sao, the Confederation became a floating nation. 80,000 pirates, 1,800 ships, 6 color-coded fleets, red, black, white, blue, yellow, green. They controlled the Pearl River Delta, the richest trading region in China. Merchants paid protection fees. Villages paid tribute. Even government-licensed salt merchants paid her pirates because her protection actually worked. The Chinese Imperial Navy attacked. She destroyed them, captured 63 warships and added them to her fleet. The Portuguese attacked. She defeated them. The British offered help to China. She held them off. Zheng Yi Sao controlled the South China Sea more effectively than any government. The code that held it together. What made her different wasn't military success. It was her system. How do you make 80,000 criminals follow rules? You make the rules benefit them. Her code wasn't about morality. It was about profit. Desertion was punished because it weakened everyone's earnings. Rape was punished by death because angry villages fought back. Content villages paid tribute. Every rule served the collective interest. This is the logic of power. Authority isn't maintained by force alone. It's maintained by making people believe the system serves them. Her pirates earned more and lived longer than they ever could alone. So they followed her. Not because she was the strongest, because she made them stronger. The war she couldn't win. By 1810, the Chinese government was desperate. They offered amnesty to any pirate who surrendered. Some captains took the deal. The Confederation was fracturing. Zheng Yi Sao could keep fighting. She'd won every battle. But she understood, wars aren't won by battles alone. The empire had infinite resources. She didn't. The empire could outlast her. She was running a nation without territory, an army without land. Eventually, something would give. So she did something most conquerors never do. She quit while she was ahead. The negotiation. In 1810, she negotiated surrender, her surrender, on her terms. She walked into negotiations commanding 80,000 pirates. She walked out with full amnesty for herself and Changpao, officer positions in the Imperial Navy for her captains, permission to keep 200 ships, all her wealth. Most of her pirates were pardoned. She gave the empire what it wanted, an end to the pirate confederation. She kept what mattered, her life, her wealth, her freedom, life after piracy. Zheng Yi Sao retired to Canton. She ran a gambling house. She lived in luxury. Changpao became a colonel in the Imperial Navy, the same navy he'd spent years defeating. She died in 1844, around age 69, surrounded by family, wealthy and respected. Think about that. A woman who commanded 80,000 pirates, who defeated the Chinese Navy, who controlled the South China Sea, died peacefully in her bed. Pirates die young and violent. Rebels get executed. Warlords get betrayed. Zheng Yi Sao negotiated retirement, the logic she understood. Here's what she knew that most conquerors don't. Power is temporary. You can seize it, you can hold it, but you can't hold it forever. The question isn't how to get power, it's how to survive having it. Alexander conquered the world, died at 32. Napoleon conquered Europe, died in exile. Caesar became dictator, murdered by friends. Zheng Yi Sao became the most powerful pirate in history, retired peacefully, died wealthy. The difference? She knew when to stop. The modern lesson. We're taught to admire endless ambition, to reach for more, to never quit. Zheng Yi Sao teaches something different. Know when enough is enough. She could have kept fighting. She was winning. But she understood. Winning today doesn't guarantee winning tomorrow. Better to negotiate from strength than surrender from weakness. This is the logic of power most people never learn. Victory isn't holding power forever. Victory is getting what you want and surviving to enjoy it. The final question. If you had real power, would you know when to let it go? Would you recognize the moment when holding on becomes more dangerous than walking away? Most people don't. They hold power until it destroys them. Zheng Yi Sao held power until she didn't need it anymore. Then she walked away. She started with nothing, built an empire on water, commanded 80,000 pirates, defeated empires, and died peacefully, surrounded by family, wealthy beyond measure. The most successful pirate in history wasn't the fiercest fighter. She was the one who knew when to stop fighting and start negotiating. That's not weakness, that's mastery. Zheng Yi Sao, the pirate who built a nation and lived to tell the tale.